Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, Tadasana, hands by your side, palms facing the front of the room. Exhale, bend into your knees, coming down into chair legs. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, forward fold over your legs, straighten your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, shoulder blades come together. And exhale, step or hop to the back of your mat into a high plank and move through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward, left foot comes down into warrior 1 feet, hands up overhead. And exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back, float or plant it down, move through a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward, plant your right foot into warrior 1 feet, hands up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot back, left foot back. Float or plant your foot down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Twist your elbow creases forward, holding your warrior, twist your elbow creases forward, send your heels to the mat. Hold your downward dog for 3 more breaths. Pressing through your shoulders, keeping them extended. Your lats are turned on. 1 more inhale. And exhale, send your heels to the mat. Inhale, step or hop to the top of your mat, meeting in a halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Bend into your knees. Inhale, hands up overhead chair. And exhale, stand up, Tadasana. Inhale here. And exhale, bend into your knees, chair legs. Inhale, hands up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, shoulder blades come together, chin is slightly tucked. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop to the back of the mat for a high plank into a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, untuck your toes. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward, left foot comes down into warrior 1 feet, and hands up overhead. Exhale, step your right foot back or hover it as you move through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your left knee in, step your left foot forward, warrior 1. And exhale, step your left foot back or hover it as you move through chaturanga into upward facing dog. Inhale here. And exhale, downward facing dog. Here for 5 breaths. Tilt your pelvis forward slightly, sending your sit bones up towards the ceiling, lengthening your hamstrings. 3 more breaths here. That Ujjayi breath sounds like you're creating a fog on a mirror with your exhale and builds heat as you go through the cycles. Last exhale here. Bend into your knees. Inhale, step or float to the top of the mat, meeting in halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Bend into your knees, hands up overhead. Inhale. And exhale, stand up, Tadasana. Inhale here. And exhale, bend into your knees. Inhale, hands up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step or hop to the back of the mat, coming down into a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right knee in towards your chest. Plant it down, step up into warrior one. Exhale, step your right foot back or float it through a chaturanga into an upward facing dog, untucking both toes, sending your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, step your left foot back or float as you move through a chaturanga into an upward facing dog. And downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale here. Three more breaths. Finding that stretch in your hamstrings by tilting your pelvis forward slightly. Heels go down to the mat. One more inhale. And exhale, send your heels to the mat. Bend into your knees. Inhale, step or hop to the top of the mat, meeting in a halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend into your knees. Hands up overhead. And exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, hands up overhead. Take one moment here. And exhale, hands by your side. Inhale here. And exhale, bend into your knees. Inhale, hands up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, straight legs, flat back. Half lift. Exhale, step or hop to the back of the mat in high plank through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward. Warrior one on the right side. And exhale, forward fold, step or float your right foot back. Chaturanga into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your left knee up towards your chest. Plant your left foot down. Warrior one on the left side. And exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot back or float it as you move through chaturanga into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. And exhale. Neck is nice and long. Maybe you shake your head yes and no a few times. Yes. No. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, step or hop to the top of the mat, meeting in a halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sink your hips down, lift your hands up, chair. And exhale, tall Tadasana. Last round, inhale here. And exhale, sink your hips back. Inhale, hands up, overhead, chair. Exhale, forward fold, straight legs. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, shoulder blades together. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop to the back of the mat into plank and then chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, untucking your toes, sending your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Exhale, plant your left foot down. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Step or float your right foot back through chaturanga into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your left knee in towards your chest. Plant your left foot down, hands up overhead. And exhale, forward fold over your left leg. Step or float back through chaturanga into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last downward facing dog, hold for 5 breaths. 4 more breaths. Keep your rib cage coming in towards your pelvic bones. Your hip bones and lower rib cage are pulling together, keeping your torso on, supporting your low back as it releases, bringing length into your spine and your hamstrings. Two more breaths. Inhale, step or hop to the top of your mat, meeting in a halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Bend into your knees, lift your hands up overhead. Inhale, chair. And exhale, hands by your side. Thank you so much for joining today. I hope this practice has helped you feel more confident in your personal at-home practice as you go into your next vinyasa in studio practice and as you do practices here online with us here at Habitual. Thank you so much. We will see you guys later.